Hey, I don't know if you know this, but this week America celebrates its 243rd birthday. That makes America just a little older than most of the leading Democrat candidates for president. Now, Americans are going to be taking the day off. They'll be heading to the beach or lake, cook their meals outdoors, watch some fireworks, catch a parade, and maybe have some watermelon or homemade ice cream. Hopefully both. Our nation's story, I don't know if you've thought about this, but it's nothing short of incredible. It was a startup nation of settlers disgusted by the tyranny of their home country and the hostility to their faith and freedom. They risk all in an undeveloped land, successfully shook their fist at the King of England and his most formidable army and navy, declaring that they preferred liberty over life. The revolution launched on July 4th, 1776, and it was bold, daring, and just looking at it from the outside, it was utterly stupid. I mean, who do these folks think they were? They were merchants and farmers and carpenters and teachers and clergy who grabbed muskets from their mantles that were better suited for hunting varmints than starting a war, especially against the largest and best trained, best equipped, even the best dressed military on the planet. I mean, there is no way these guys should have avoided being slaughtered in short order. But they fought for a cause, while the Brits were fighting for a king whose wealth they knew they would never share. Miraculously, this ragtag American group of colonists pulled off a bigger upset than the Jets beating the Colts in Super Bowl III. People laughing were old enough to remember what a big deal that was. And though there were repeated attempts to destroy this new upstart nation of rebels and revolutionaries, not only did they prevail, but our fledgling country grew stronger, based on the notion that we're individuals gifted by God with freedom of conscience, thought, and speech. America embedded in its new Constitution truly radical notions never attempted. A government that had 3 branches that would check and balance each other and keep any one of those branches from grabbing power away from the people. It was a government that was severely limited in what it could do in order to maximize the freedom of the citizens to live as they pleased. And there were a strict set of protections that kept the government from seizing private property, arresting or jailing people without due process, and a presumption of innocence and a right to a speedy trial by a jury of one's peers. You know, we take these things for granted, but they form the foundation of what makes us a nation that empowers the individual instead of the state. Now, tragically, many Americans seem oblivious to these tenets of our national soul, and they blithely yawn when freedoms are sliced away by a government that has become a menacing monster, regulating our existence with a new kind of tyranny of overreaching regulations, power to confiscate private property, and the newest disease to our democracy, political correctness. Our nation has been far from perfect. Sometimes systematically sinning against people of color, or subjecting women to less than full rights to even vote. But the genius of our system is that while our basic constitutional framework is settled, we do have the power to change it. Hopefully, the good sense to change it for the better. You see, our founders unapologetically based our laws and society on a Judeo-Christian understanding of the value, responsibility, and accountability of the individual and the rule of law. So when we celebrate the 4th of July, let's not just celebrate barbecue ribs, potato salad, and hot dogs. Let's actually celebrate that we live in the greatest nation on earth, and let's work hard to keep it that way.